Hey guys, it's RebeccaLynOberstadt. In today's video, I'm going to be doing like a chatty eye look kind of thing because I have training in about an hour. I got my tray of goodies. I've got 2 eyeshadow palettes, and I let Jason pick the color combos because I have I've been trying to go through all of my palettes. Like I have this set here, I have this set here, I have an entire drawer, and after I went through and like picked like companion palettes for all of the palettes in my big drawer, I realized I had a small drawer that had like 16 other palettes in it. I'm like, son of a... So I have a bunch more palettes that I need to do. I'm trying to use 2 palettes at a time to get through them to do looks before I finally do my declutter video, because I haven't done that yet. So today's palettes, I pulled the Marvy Corn palette from BH Cosmetics, which looks like this. I picked this up at TJ Maxx for like $5. Then the BH Sagittarius palette, which is the purple one. Jason still thinks this is blue. He's a guy, so we're just gonna... I'm wearing blue. I'm actually wearing a like butterfly t-shirt, and I actually had a butterfly shirt on yesterday. I didn't realize it until I looked at what was laying in the laundry pile. So nothing's on my face. I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little bit of primer on it. I'm just trying to use this up. This is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty primer. Just supposed to be hydrating. I don't know how much people use, but like I just put a little bit on my hands. And my new Creolology bottle came in, and it has retinol. It has tretinoin in it, so I've got some breakouts coming up on my chin. I even have one right here popping up, which is fun. I've only used it once so far since I got it. So I've already got a bunch of like tiny breakouts all over my chin, and so yeah, that's fun. And I have a bubby down here at my feet. So I have basically using the same brushes. So let me grab. I've got a bunch of brushes that I've washed, but I never like put them back in my brush holder, so they're all like in here. I've been kind of like shopping out of my various brushes, so I grabbed an SL brand brush. Because the one palette is very like neutral, I don't even know if I did my intro right. I'm RebeccaOberstadt. Hi. So this one's like got some mauve shades in it, but this one here I think has a bunch of browns. It really only has like a couple of shades that I can use for like transition stuff. And I'll probably do like a pop of peel. Yeah, peel. Pink and teal. I made a new word. I've been making new words all day. So I'm probably gonna do one eye with this pop on it and one eye with this pop on it, and we'll... Almost sounds like I'm saying Popeye on it. Alright, I'm gonna start with fodder for the one eye, which is this one here, and then I'm gonna move into that one. And I'm just gonna ignore the fact that the air is running because it's hot in Florida. Y'all know I live in Florida. If you're new here, hi, I'm RebeccaOberstadt. I live in Central Florida. It's frapping hot here, and everybody's going absolute nuts about the gas situation, to the point where they're filling up illegal containers full of fuel, and we've had several fire trucks go down the road already today. So Jason thinks that that is from oh, and if you don't know, Jason's my other half. He thinks that that's what all the sirens and stuff are for, is like people setting crap on fire. So there's that. All right, first color down. I went a little too far out over here, but it's no big deal. Very rarely will they see me on camera anyways. Okay, so I'm gonna go into this shade here, which this is how I count these palettes, is you've got shade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is shade 6. It's like a dusty mauve kind of shade. All right, I'll put this one over here. This brush is a little bit scratchy, a little too scratchy for my taste, but it is what it is. So training started Monday. It's Wednesday right now. So I've had 2 days of training. I don't know when this video will go up, but I've had questions, so I figured I'd answer them while they were still fresh on my brain. Training the first day was an absolute clusterfuck. All right, I'm gonna go into this shade here on this eye, since I have it out already in my hand. So nobody knew what was going on. There was a bunch of different trainers in the class. There was a whole lot of miscommunication. The one instructor that we got emails from is not our instructor. We have another lady that is our instructor, and she is a little bit of a thing. You can tell by her voice she's like tiny anyways, but she said she's only like 5'2". She's very young, very bubbly, very outgoing. She seems very sweet. We have some pretty nice people in class. We have this one lady who is like, I'm from Texas, and like she's one of the let's make America great again kind of people. And you can tell every time she talks in chat, you can tell that that's the kind of person that she is, and you're like, oof. And so that's a whole lot of nope for me. And she said something that kind of set me off. So when I did like my introduction yesterday, I made sure to clearly state I'm against people that condone racism and things like that. And of course the trainer was like, well, I'm a black woman and I appreciate that kind of thing. And the one other trainer, the code trainer that's in there, he's also black, and several of the classmates are also black. And the one lady, her mic wasn't muted, and as soon as I said what I said, she went and muted her mic. So basically I was calling her out on her shit discreetly. All right, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this shade here, which is spray tan, and I'm gonna mix it with this light shade here, and I'm gonna do this side. So I'm gonna dip back and forth into two palettes. I got a little brown smudgy mark in here now, but that's okay. But yeah, we did introductions yesterday. The first day was such a mess. We should have like done the introductions the first day, but nobody knew what was up, down, and sideways. Half of us couldn't get in. Some people didn't even have like logins or usernames or passwords or anything like that, so they immediately like contacted support to get all that stuff going, and they didn't hear back, I guess, until yesterday. So now that they've got that stuff going, they can actually, you know, participate in class. And then one of the other people yesterday, his computer was working fine. He's actually using, I guess, a computer provided by the company. All of a sudden, like halfway through class, his computer just turned itself off. It wouldn't turn back on. So it's like, okay, alrighty then. But I mean, he was able to like call in and do like a video, like the voice chat thing through his phone, so he could still hear what was going on, but he couldn't do any of the training or anything. So there's a lot of like bugs. I've never done like online training like this before, but I did my master's degrees and stuff online, so it shouldn't be too much different. Like I did my bachelor's degree online and my master's degree online. I'm just sorry, Bubby. I didn't mean to throw it at you. I made it land all the fuck over here. I just dropped a brush on my boy. It wasn't big or nothing. It's not heavy, but he like. Mommy, sorry, boobers. This is what I dropped here. That's it. That's what I dropped. I'm sorry. All right, now we've got like more of a mauve eye and we got more of a neutral eye. So this palette has two shades that are more neutral, which is this one here and this one right here. So I'm gonna pick those up and swatch them because I want to compare them to. Oh, the one's more purple. Okay, so here's the one palette. Hey Google, what time is it, please?
It's 1:25 p.m.
All right, in this one, we have the three in the center are technically highlighters, so I'm gonna grab this shade and these two as well. I wanna see if any of these are like similar. Hold on, I'm gonna go sliding off my leg. So, and I'm gonna clean my fingers off and I'm gonna grab that last shade. Okay, I'm also gonna grab one more. I'll show you in just a second. Get my fingers clean. All right, so I'm gonna grab 8000 and K-Buy. And this palette was designed with a German YouTuber called Marvicorn. So I don't know who he really is, other than that he's a boy in beauty. All right, so here are the color options for the neutral-ish eye. I'll zoom this in editing. Looking at it, this shade is a little bit more pigmented than this one, but they're almost the same shade, which is that muddy shade. think what I'm gonna do is mix this color and this color, which is the K by and the 8000. I'm gonna mix that for like the outer edge. And then for the innermost part of my eye, innermost part of my eye, I'm gonna use Sheesh. And then I'm gonna come into this one here. Look at my hand again. And, oh, I didn't even swatch this one. Let me just grab this one really quick. Oh, that's like more of a cranberry color. All right, there's the color I just added. I think what I'm gonna do is mix the first two that I swatched and do that in like the center of the eye. So we're gonna do that on that eye. Get my finger clean. This brush is like completely dry. There's nothing on it. I'm gonna go ahead into these shades here. I picked this up because I love like unicorn and fairy and fantasy kind of stuff. It's like my jam. It's the stuff that I like. I know it's not for like everybody. Not everybody likes, you know, rainbows and unicorns and fairies and elves and gnomes and stuff, but I do. I'm like really big into that stuff. And with my hair down, a lot of people call me like a fairy, so I'm like, yeah, you can always call me a fairy. I am not going to be offended. All right, so I'm going to color switch that and grab the Sheesh. I'm going to grab this shade here. So yeah, training has been like a lot. It took a lot for the first like couple of days to like, or the first day, well, yesterday and today, or yesterday and the day before, to get training and stuff even like really relatively started. So that's been a whole thing. And since I have this out, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my highlight brush and grab that Sheesh shade again and just kind of, I'm not gonna do like concealer or corrector. I'm not, because I'm only on camera for a matter of seconds and they cannot see, like, I'm sure they can see some dark spots or whatever, but the highlight though, when I was on camera yesterday, my highlight was popping. So I wanna make sure I can blind them fuckers from my chair. All right, so that's done. Now for this palette, we're gonna go into here and taking my brush, I'm gonna grab this shade, which is shade 2 and shade 5, and I'm just gonna mix the two colors and we're gonna put this in the center. I actually really like this palette, this one here, and to be honest, the other one is kind of nice too. It's a very neutral palette. It has at least a highlighter shade that I can wear. I can wear the other two highlighter shades as like eyeshadows, so I don't have to worry about that. And yes, I have all kinds of fallout. All kinds of fallout. Again, another reason not to wear. I'm just like gonna be super sparkly today. Another reason not to wear like powders or anything, because like this entire under eye is covered with sparkly stuff. I'm gonna grab my Pixie by Petra Bronze Beam eyeliner. I'm gonna throw this in here really quick before we get back to the other eye. Eyeshadow on my eyeball. But yeah, the training has been a lot bumpier than I expected. It's a whole lot of like hurry up and wait. And then we started off with like 38 people in the class, and we had initially like 22 people, and then it went down to like 13 yesterday. So there's that. I will do my brows in a minute. This side. I'm gonna swatch on the other hand. So we have this shade here and this shade here in this palette that we haven't used yet. And then in this one, K by Reuse, so we're gonna grab this one. But that's a lot more muted than the other one. And then I'm gonna grab that 8000 shade again. So I think that might be pretty with the purple. Pinky swatches suck. Now let's just use all 4. And let's be brave. So the one purple is more sparkly than the other one. So I'm gonna start with Bahamas, which is this one here, the purple one and this one. Not worried about how messy it is right now. It's kind of more like a satin shade than a shimmer. All right, now I'm gonna go into 8000 and put this in the center. So yeah, training has been a whole lot of hurry up and wait, miscommunications, people asking the same question like 8 and 9 and 10 times, or the trainer saying something and then like most of the class doing it, and then she's sitting there like, hey, so-and-so, did you understand what I said? And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I stepped away for a minute. What'd you say? Like, this is paid training, so we're supposed to be like at our computers, ready to work from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. But like these people are just like getting up, wandering off, playing with their kids, making dinner. I'm like, I understand this is work from home, but holy crap. I mean, I brought a book to my desk and my coloring book, and today I might bring some crochet. All right, I'm going into this one for this like purpley pink shade here. I'll put that over here. A whole lot of sparkly thing, man. And then I'm gonna grab this other purple in here and dust over that first purple because it's just not sparkly enough. So yeah, so that's what's been going on. It's very stressful. The very first day was a very, very bad day for me. I was not in the best mind space, head frame. When I got out of training, I was like, I literally just wanted to go stand in the front yard and scream. It was that bad. And I just picked up a little bit of that first shade to buff out up here. So it was really a trying day for me, and there was a whole lot of nope going on. Oh, that's the dry side. My washcloth is only wet on the one side. I'm falling off my damn lap. All right, so liner, we're gonna try and do 2 different liners on this eye, one darker, one lighter. I'm going to go over the entire thing with this darker one. And then I'm going to take another one and go over the front part of it. Boy, I'm going to have to wash my hands. Alright, brows. So yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. It's been very stressful, a whole lot of like crap going on that I would have thought that these people run these training sessions like often enough that they should know what to do. And there were some things that we didn't have access to beforehand, but we should have at least been able to like get the stuff downloaded before training started and get things like make sure stuff was running. There should have been a way to like test your microphone, and I was told we would need a microphone and or headset, that we would need a webcam and 2 monitors. Those were the main requirements that I was told that we would need. So I asked my dad if I could use his second monitor for the system that he just upgraded from, and he said, yeah, sure, no problem, kind of thing. And then of course he told me he wanted to charge me rent for using it. I was like, pfft. So it's the exact same monitor that I have, except for I bought mine like a month and a half after him, and I got it for like $100 cheaper. So yeah, and it's an older monitor, but it works. I need to get one of those like desk thingies that will hold both monitors up at the same time, but right now the monitors I'm using do not have the feature to like hang them up on something. is. I'm looking for my brow gel. So there's that. And then, and I was told training would be, like, we were not told how long training was for, so I didn't know, like, how many weeks it was. I was under the assumption it was 2 weeks. It's actually 3. And the one lady was like, yeah, it used to be, training used to be for, like, 6 weeks before. So she's like, be glad you don't have that. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna use this ColourPop stinky lip crayon thing that looks like a penis now. God, that zit right there is bugging me. But my lips are really dry and I don't want to put a whole lot of stuff on them. So there's that. And then I'm going to throw in my varnished rosewood in the center from L'Oreal Color Riche because this is also very hydrating. Just to give it a little bit more mauve, a little bit more color. And blush. I'm gonna grab this Pacifica blush. Drop it. Get shit out of my lap before I drop a whole bunch of shit and break stuff. Blush. And another SL Miss Glam brush. I haven't really been doing a whole lot of like face makeup or anything lately because, I mean, like I said, I'm not really on camera. But and the fact that I have a little bit of color right now, it's like blush is really barely showing up on me. And I've been carrying it down like here on my neck because I'm just weird. I'm gonna grab this Aperitivo shade from Nomad and I'm just gonna tap over that too. Because it's like sparkly and pretty and champagne-y pink. So it's like a highlighter, but it's actually an eyeshadow. And this comes from their Tuscany palette. Which is still in the drawer. I don't have that. I don't have that out on the counter, so I cannot show you it. All right, bronzer. Do I not even have a bronzer out? I have this like blushy bronzer one, but it's not the right shade. So I guess I'm going to use the Pacifica one really quick. So we'll see. Hopefully time will tell. Like Jason asked me today, he's like, do you even like clock in or anything? I was like, we don't even have timesheets. Like, I don't know how to do any of that stuff. She said that we would learn it like next week. Right now she's keeping track of our like time and like who's there and who's not there and how long people are gone and whatnot. I'm sure because we're on what is considered a virtual desktop, they can see like when we're in stuff and when we're not in stuff. And we're not allowed to like, if we're not in class, we can't like read ahead. And we can't like look at certain information, which kind of sucks because I'm like one of those people that likes to work ahead. And just to be a little extra, I'm gonna grab this frog from ColourPop and we're just gonna this is a Super Shock shadow. It's like very kind of like scratchy and dry feeling. When I got my first, this was the first Super Shock I'd ever gotten. I thought they all felt like this and I couldn't figure out why people like raved about these. But I've been told that this is not like their normal formula. It's very dry, it's very scratchy, it's very glittery and chunky and not so nice. So I didn't know that that wasn't like what it was supposed to be like. So I'm gonna grab me some mascara and basically I am done. Hey Google, what time is it please?
It's 1:42 p.m.
Which means I need to hurry my butt up so I can get another cup of coffee before class starts. But yeah, I know this is rambly. I've said and a whole lot. But the very first night I was having such a time with the training and whatnot, I tried to play like World of Warcraft afterwards because I just wanted to go kill shit. WoW ended up going on me and I'm like, oh son of a. So WoW puked on me and that was a whole lot of no fun. And I got a whole lot of sparkly stuff going on my face, man. I like being sparkly though. I don't mind. So that just kind of made my really bad day even worse. So that was a whole lot of no fun. I'm just gonna, I don't know where my stands out beauty sponge is, because normally I would use that to press over it. I think I washed it. I don't think I have it back in the bathroom yet. So I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see what's going on. So there's the one eye and the other. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot. I wanted to do a pop of color. All right, let me fix that. Taking that dry brush again into Moana. We're gonna, I just got blue eyeshadow all down the side of my nose. I mean, it's a little bit different, but I totally forgot. Now you can see it's a little bit of a difference. But the face. Okay, so the little card got full, so I had to pull it really quick. I don't know where I left off, but anyway, so yeah, it's been very trying the past couple of days. I've been very stressed out. But yeah, here are the two looks. I used the BH Cosmetics Marvy the Marvicorn palette and the Sagittarius Mini Zodiac palette to create these two looks. They're similar enough that they shouldn't be like too, oh my god, on camera. Oh, the Stands Out Beauty Sponge, I don't know where it's at. I washed it. It's probably in my laundry basket in my room. Right now I've got like 4 weeks worth of laundry in there that I've washed that I have not put away yet. Okay, I have like 2 months worth of laundry in there, but I'm doing something right now in my laundry, so I have no need to put it away. Oh, and all the like blushes that I pulled this month, this one's like a dusty rose. This one's like a brownie, like a brownie shimmery blush. So I didn't even pick like a pinky colored blush this month. I don't know what I was on. So yeah, there's that. Even though I would probably use more of a pink looking blush for this eye look, it's okay. I might top over it with something, but I've only got about 20 minutes left. So anyways, I'm RebeccaOberstadt. I know this was rambly. That's why these are like chit chat, get ready with me, because I'm kind of like all over the place, but that's how I am anyways. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Do you like the like neutral eye with the pop of teal or the purple and bronzy eye over here? So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get my computer set up for work, training, and I will see you guys later. If you have questions, just leave them down below. I'll answer them. So